He never expected it. A smile, a pause, then she was gone. No big goodbye, no clear reason, just silence. But now, her laugh plays in his head like a memory on repeat. He feels something in his chest, light, strange, and warm. Butterflies. You didn't say anything special. You didn't chase. And yet, he can't stop thinking about you. This video isn't about flirting. It's about the invisible energy between two people, the kind that moves under the surface. Quiet, but unforgettable. What if I told you that tiny, innocent things you do, like breaking eye contact too soon, or pausing mid-sentence, are rewiring his brain while you stand there saying nothing? These moments may seem random, but to his mind, they're signals. They trigger curiosity, emotion, longing, and they make him feel something he can't quite explain. Butterflies. In this video, you'll discover 10 innocent habits that give a man butterflies without even trying. They create emotional friction, the kind that lingers long after you leave. We'll explore the subtle psychology behind each one and how these small shifts in behavior activate desire, uncertainty, and emotional memory. And the final point? It's something most people overlook, but it's often the reason he starts dreaming about you at night. Stick with me till the end. You'll never look at casual moments the same way again. Welcome to Neurovista, where we uncover the silent signals that shape human desire. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's dive deep into the unspoken side of attraction. 1. The echo of your laughter. There's something about the way she laughed. It wasn't loud, it wasn't rehearsed. It just slipped out, light, genuine, and effortless. And somehow, that single moment stuck with him. Hours later, when the room was quiet, he still heard it. Not because he was trying to remember her, but because his brain wouldn't let it go. Laughter, to most people, is just sound. But to the emotional brain, it's a signal that says, this is safe, this is warm, this is someone you want to be near. When she laughed, she wasn't trying to charm him. She was simply present, happy. And in that tiny, innocent moment, her joy became contagious. It made him feel something, and that feeling got stored deep in his emotional memory. What most don't realize is that the human mind doesn't chase logic, it chases feeling. And when something or someone makes you feel good in a subtle, non-threatening way, the mind wants more. Not in a needy way, but in a curious one. Her laughter created a high, brief, emotional, and strangely unforgettable. It felt real in a world that often doesn't. And now, he's hooked. Not on her looks, not on her words, but on that one sound that felt like home. He doesn't fully understand why, but he wants to hear it again. 2. When you break eye contact. First, eye contact creates a spark. You know the kind? The one where time seems to slow down and the world fades into the background. It's intense, it's intimate, and for a brief moment, it's just the two of you, connected in a way that words can't capture. But then, something happens. You break eye contact first. It's subtle, no big gesture, just a slight shift of your gaze, a moment where you look away. And in that split second, everything changes. What was once electric becomes uncertain. His mind, racing, starts to ask 1,000 questions. Why did she look away? Is she bored? Does she feel something? Or was it just a fluke? In that instant, you've left him in limbo, a state of emotional uncertainty. And here's the thing, that limbo? It doesn't disappear quickly. It lingers, simmering beneath the surface, building a quiet, insistent tension. Now, he's not just thinking about you in the moment, he's thinking about why you pulled back, why you created distance, even if it was only for a heartbeat. What happens next is psychological magic. You've triggered a longing, a desire to reconnect, to figure out what's happening behind that glance. It's like a puzzle, and now he's compelled to solve it. The more you make him wonder, the more his mind fixates on you, trying to unlock the meaning behind your actions. And the longer he stays in that uncertainty, the more powerful his attraction becomes. It's the kind of tension that builds slowly but surely. One small, almost imperceptible moment. And now, he's not just looking at you, he's looking for you. And every glance, every smile, every word he exchanges with you becomes a search for that lost connection. What will you do next? Will you keep him in this delicious limbo? Or will you let him back into your gaze, leaving him to wonder if he's the one you want to stay connected to? That space you created, the one where his mind is left spinning, grows into something far more than just curiosity. It's longing, and longing, that's the spark that makes him want more of you. More of those moments that leave him on the edge of his seat. 3. Your unfinished sentences. You know, I almost told you something yesterday, and then you stop. You just leave it there, hanging in the air between you. No explanation, no follow-up, just silence. It's the kind of pause that feels almost deliberate. You don't need to say more. The words, the context, none of that matters. Because in that moment, you've created something far more powerful, an open loop. His mind begins to fill in the gaps. It starts innocently enough. What could you have said? Was it important? Was it personal? He begins to play out the scenarios, one after another, each one more intense, more intriguing than the last. Maybe it's something about his past, or maybe it's a secret you've been dying to share. In that space of uncertainty, his imagination takes over. And that's where things get interesting, because once you've planted that seed, it grows into something far beyond a simple conversation. It becomes a mystery he has to solve, and the more he thinks about it, the more it lingers in his mind. Now, your unfinished sentence is playing like a movie in his head. Each scene is a projection of his own desires and fantasies, creating a story that never actually happened. He's not just curious anymore. He's emotionally invested in what could have been. What were you going to say? Was it something that would have changed everything? And why did you stop? He can't help but wonder if it's something you've been holding back, something just out of reach. And now, every moment with you feels like it could be the moment where you finish the sentence, where you give him the answer to the mystery. But for now, you've left him in that suspended state, his mind racing to piece together the clues you've given. And the longer you leave him with those unfinished sentences, the deeper the curiosity grows. 4. Your silent pauses. Mid-conversation, you pause. Just for a second. It's subtle, almost imperceptible. Your eyes shift slightly and the flow of conversation stutters, like a moment frozen in time. It's not hesitation. There's no uncertainty in your gaze, no second guessing. But still, the pause lingers. And in that brief silence, something shifts. His brain feels the change, like an invisible pull, and it starts to fill in the space. What did that pause mean? Was she about to say something important? Was there something she didn't say? Or maybe, just maybe, it's a game. One where you're in control, and he's left to figure out the rules. That silence you created isn't awkward. It's magnetic. It's like you've just opened a door to something deeper, but you haven't walked through it. Not yet. And now, he's standing in the doorway, staring at the unknown, drawn in by that moment. The tension isn't just in the words you're choosing, it's in the pause itself, the space between what you said and what's still unsaid. As the seconds tick by, his mind starts to race. He can't help but wonder why you stopped. What was the thought you didn't voice? What did that brief moment of silence mean? And the more he tries to figure it out, the more his attention sharpens. His curiosity becomes the strongest force in the room, pulling him closer to you with every beat of silence. In that pause, you've created something that words can't. You've built an emotional connection that doesn't rely on what's spoken. It's all in the way you make him feel in those few seconds of stillness. It's tension, mystery, and magnetism, all wrapped up in a simple moment of silence. And now he can't stop thinking about it. 5. The soft touch to get his attention. A brush on the arm, a light tap on the shoulder. It's so soft, so fleeting, that at first he might not even register it consciously, but his skin does. It remembers. It feels the warmth, the gentle contact, and in the seconds after, something stirs deep inside him. It's subtle, almost imperceptible, but it's there. The touch isn't about pressure, force, or making a statement. It's about something far more powerful, presence. It's an invitation without words, a silent communication that says, "I'm here, I'm with you." And without realizing it, you've drawn him in. His attention shifts, focusing on that small moment, that light contact. And while his mind might not fully process what happened, his body does. His senses come alive in a way they don't during ordinary interactions. His brain, tuned to your presence, can't help but trace the feeling of your touch. Even after it's gone, it lingers there, like an invisible thread connecting you two, pulling him just a little bit closer. And though he might not know it, the simple brush of your fingertips has changed something. It's created a spark that doesn't need to be explained. It's the kind of touch that doesn't demand attention, but gets it anyway. It doesn't need to be loud, dramatic, or obvious. It's the quiet moments of closeness that catch his attention and leave a lingering impression. Because in the end, it's not the touch itself, it's the way it makes him feel. And that feeling stays with him long after the moment has passed. 6. When you laugh, then catch yourself. A laugh spills out naturally, like it's caught in the moment, unfiltered. It's not loud or exaggerated. It's just pure, unguarded joy. But then, almost immediately, you catch yourself. You try to quiet it, to pull it back, to mask the spontaneity with a soft, almost apologetic smile. That brief, unintentional pause, where your laughter fades into a delicate silence, carries something far more powerful than just a sound. It's raw, it's real, the kind of laughter that reflects a part of you that's often hidden away, the side that's free, genuine, and unbothered by the rules. But when you try to stifle it, there's a tension that builds, an almost magnetic shift in the atmosphere. The moment you hold back your laughter, you've revealed something far more intimate than just a joke. You've shown him a glimpse of your vulnerability, that piece of you that doesn't need to be perfect, polished, or controlled. In that fleeting second, everything feels more personal. Your laugh, followed by that moment of restraint, feels like an invitation, an unspoken message that says, "This is me," unfiltered in the most human way possible. And that rawness, that imperfection, leaves a mark. It makes him lean in closer, not just because of the sound, but because of what it represents. The part of you that's authentic, that isn't afraid to be joyful without overthinking it. It's a dance between freedom and control, between being fully yourself and holding back just enough to keep him intrigued. And that's what makes it so magnetic. Because in that instant, he sees you, not as someone trying to impress or fit into any mold, but as someone who's real, who's imperfect. And that's what makes it unforgettable. 7. Your sincere compliments on unusual things. The way you explain things, it's kind of captivating. It's not his looks, not his job title, not the usual compliments everyone gives. No, you're not focusing on the surface. You're noticing the details, the little things he probably never thought anyone would notice. The way his words flow when he's explaining something, the subtle pauses in his speech that make it feel like a story. That's what you're paying attention to. And when you tell him that, when you sincerely compliment him on something as unique as that, it catches him off guard. It's not just a flattery he's used to hearing. It's personal. It's real. Because the truth is, no one's ever pointed out the way he explains things. And yet to you, it's mesmerizing. To you, it's the thing that stands out. In that moment, you've given him a glimpse of how you see him, not through the usual lens of looks or achievements, but through the way his mind works, the way he moves through the world. And that's where the butterflies live, in the details. The small things that make him, well, him. He didn't even know those things could be captivating, but now, in your eyes, they are. And the more you notice, the more he begins to wonder, what else could you see that no one else does? What else about him, tucked in the corners of who he is, might be just as fascinating as the words he speaks? That's the magic of a sincere compliment on something unusual. It doesn't just make him feel seen, it makes him feel understood. And that kind of attention, it sticks with him. 8. Your unexpected depth. You seem light, fun, easygoing. The kind of person who can turn a dull moment into something playful. Someone who makes the air feel lighter. Laughter follows you, and your presence feels effortless, like a warm breeze on a spring day. But then, out of nowhere, something shifts. You say something, a line about your past, a quiet truth about people, and suddenly everything changes. It's unexpected. It's not like the rest of the conversation. It doesn't fit the easy rhythm you've been moving in, and yet it strikes him. It lands deeper than anything you've said before. For a split second, the fun, carefree energy fades, and what remains is something much more complex, something he didn't see coming. A line about your past, a truth about how people are, or how they can hurt you, or how they surprise you with kindness. And just like that, he sees layers of you that weren't there a second ago. He sees that you're not just light and fun. There's depth to you, something rich and real, something that's been hidden beneath your smile and your carefree attitude. He doesn't know how to process it at first. One moment, you're laughing, and the next, he's hearing something raw and real. It's not heavy, it's just true. And in that truth, he starts to realize there's more to you than he expected. You're not just the playful, witty person he's been talking to. You're someone with a history, someone who understands people, maybe better than he does. Someone who has felt things, seen things, and lived through things that have shaped you. And now he's left wondering, what else is there? What other truths have you yet to share? How much more is tucked away in you, waiting to be uncovered? It's in those moments, those unexpected flashes of depth, that he starts to see you differently. Not just as someone fun, but as someone with a story. Someone who isn't afraid to let the real you peek through the surface. And that's what makes him lean in closer, because now he wants to know everything. 9. The way you say goodbye like a whisper. No big goodbye. No dramatic, drawn-out farewell. Just a soft, simple, see you soon, like it's an afterthought. Your voice, quiet and steady, carrying more than it seems. It's not rushed, not forced, just a natural part of the moment. And then, as you turn to leave, there's that one glance back. It's not obvious, it's not exaggerated, it's subtle, but in that brief look, you say everything without saying anything at all. There's something about the way you pull away, almost like you're not fully letting go. You don't need a hug that lasts forever. You don't need to make a show of it. Just that soft, lingering moment as you leave, the kind that stays with him long after you've turned the corner. The way you leave leaves him hanging. It's as if your presence hasn't quite left the room, even though your body has. The exit is a whisper. No words, no noise. Just the feeling of something unfinished, like a page in a story that hasn't been turned. It leaves him with a quiet yearning. He watches you walk away, but his mind stays on that soft, see you soon, and the way your eyes flickered when you glanced back. The goodbye felt different, almost like a promise. A thread still tying you two together even as you're apart. It's the kind of exit that lingers longer than a kiss, longer than any hug, because it's in the way you made him feel when you left. And now, as he stands there, he's left wondering, how long will that moment echo in his mind? How long before he catches himself replaying it over and over, the soft, lingering goodbye that felt like it held more than it should? 10. When you disappear for a day. No texts, no stories, just gone. It's subtle at first, almost unnoticeable. One moment, you're there, sending messages, sharing moments, filling the space with your presence, and then, just like that, you're not. No explanation, no reason. You've simply vanished for a day, and he's left wondering. It's not like you're playing games, not like you're trying to make him chase. There's no manipulation, no secret agenda, but the absence. That's what hits him. It's like a missing color in a painting, the space where something used to be. Suddenly, everything feels a little less vibrant, a little quieter. He doesn't know why it matters so much. He didn't realize how often you filled his thoughts, how your messages brightened his day. Now, in the silence of your absence, he starts to feel it. It's not about the text he didn't get or the story he didn't see. It's the lack of you in his world for just a moment. It's the empty spot where your energy used to be, where your words once warmed the space between you. And that's when he starts to realize something. He misses you, not in a loud, obvious way. It's not dramatic. It's quiet, almost imperceptible, but it's there. He can't shake it. The world feels a little off without your voice in it. And it's not because you've disappeared. It's because you matter more than he thought. And as the hours stretch on, he's left with that thought. What is it about your presence that makes everything feel right? What is it about you that leaves a mark, even when you're not around? Giving someone butterflies isn't about being perfect. It's not about playing a role or saying the right thing every time. It's about creating emotional friction, the kind that leaves a mark, that makes his heart flutter when he least expects it. That's the kind of energy that sticks with him. Long after the moment ends, he'll still feel it in his chest. These 10 innocent behaviors, they stay with him, not because you tried too hard, but because you were present. You were real. You left an impression, not with perfection, but with genuine connection. And that's what makes you unforgettable. This is NeuroVista. If you want more insights into human connection, attraction, and the subtle signals we all miss, hit that subscribe button. You'll never look at relationships the same way again. And if this video made your heart race, just imagine what it'll do to his.